going on, YouTube? Hope you're all having a great day. Got another Dakota video coming at you. If you couldn't already tell, I'm wet sanding my front bumper here, as well as I'm going to get to the lower plastic fascia and the grille. If you guys missed out on the last video, be sure you go back and watch that. I'll put a card up in the top corner. I was finally able to get the truck started since last July, and it was amazing to hear the truck because I haven't heard it in months. You also saw at the beginning of this video, I fired it up and drove it down to the house here to unload the bed to start sanding down all my parts. So I'm just trying to scuff up the black paint, or the black primer here on the steel front bumper. It's coming out pretty good. And also, in case you guys are wondering, I'm using 240 grit waterproof sandpaper. So I just finished up the steel bumper. Looks pretty good. There's a few areas I might have to actually putty over because there's some deep scratches right here that probably happened in shipping. And then there's also a little dent right here. But other than those, I think I'm just gonna put the bumper up over on its box over there and then start sanding the lower plastic front fascia. So let's get to work. Well guys, since the last clip that you just saw, my camera died and it also started raining on me, which is nice, so I had to put everything away. And since my camera died, I was able to finish wet sanding the steel bumper as well as the plastic lower fascia. I still have to finish the grille. Let me show you guys this real quick. So the new grille has these slits in it, I guess. I don't even know what you call them. But as you can see, my old grill had the custom mesh, so I'm actually going to have to go in and cut out these cross pieces, and then that way, once this is all sanded and ready for paint, and after I paint it, I can go ahead and re-put in my custom mesh grills. I never really showed you guys a side-by-side of my new grill to the old one, so there you go. So that's the next thing I got to work on, which will probably be tomorrow or whenever the weather gets better. I guess we'll just jump to whenever the next clip will be and we'll start working on this grill. Well guys, since the last clip, a lot has changed. If you can't tell, it's now summertime. A lot of time has passed, I'm not gonna lie to you. I graduated school, which was a big reason for the large time gap in between these clips. Now I'm gonna prep the grill for my aftermarket mesh inserts, as well as getting it sanded down. I apologize again if this video seems all over the place. It seems like my past couple videos have been up and down and just clips are everywhere, but hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, drop me a thumbs up and let's get back to work. So like I said before, this is my new grill, and what I'm gonna do is I have to cut out these factory grill inserts. They're part of the mold, as you can see. So I'm gonna cut these off from the back. That way I can put in my custom inserts. So I got the first part cut out. Cut pretty good. I was just using a broken Sawzall blade. It cuts pretty easily. The plastic's not that strong. 3 more sections to go, and then I'm gonna sand it down, and then she should be ready for paint. So we definitely made some good progress. As you guys can see, there's little nubs still sticking out, but I'm just gonna have to sand those back a little bit. Won't be too hard to take care of. So what's up, guys? We're back on a new day here. Reason being is because it took a lot longer than I thought to sand down all these nubs that where I cut out the cross support pieces that were, you know, factory from this grill. But as you can see, it's all taken care of. It's really nice and smooth. Now that all that's taken care of, we're gonna get ready to wet sand the rest of the grill and then prep it for paint. So we should be ready to go. I'm gonna get my sandpaper and we're gonna get right to work. And as you guys can see, I did get all of the cross support pieces out of the grill, like I said. Now these are really junky. They'd be really hard to sand too, to prep for paint, but at least I don't need these anymore. And personally, I think they look like prison bars because it's restricted me from doing my custom grill inserts, but no more. I cut through the bars. We're gonna put my custom grill inserts in there, so let's get to work. Alright guys, so we're here on a new day once again. Right now today we are prepping the plastics for paint. I just finished using soap and water to get all the plastic residue flakes off from the wet sanding. I'll show you guys why I wet sanded this. If you see how on this plastic the water really doesn't bead up, it just runs right off. That's kind of what you want so the paint sticks better, because if you turn it over and look at the raw plastic, how the water's all beaded up on there, that's just kind of like a waxy residue, and the paint's not really gonna stick to that too well. So that's why I sanded all those down. I still have to wash the steel front bumper. So after I get all these washed up, I'm gonna take them up into the backyard so the overspray doesn't get on all the cars down here. And we should be ready to throw our first coat of primer today, so let's get to it. And also, I made sure to use a soap that doesn't have any like wax or anything like that in it, so it's just a pure soap to help get all the plastic residue flakes off from the sanding. Guys, so we're all set up. I got everything brought up into the backyard. The steel bumper's over there. I got the plastics ready to go. I'm gonna wipe them down with a wax and grease remover, throw some adhesive promoter for the plastics, and then throw my first coat of primer. I am gonna try to just wing it, painting outdoors, you know, because I don't have a paint booth or a shop. But if I get any trash or anything in the paint, once everything's done, I'm sure I'll be able to sand it out. It's not gonna be anything major. So I'm really excited. So let's get to work. First step I'm gonna do is use a wax and grease remover and wipe everything off to make sure there's no contaminants left on the parts. Well guys, I hate to admit it, but I had a rookie mistake. It happens to the best of us. I was not supposed to use the wax and grease remover in direct sunlight or while the parts were hot to the touch. They were a little warm, not too bad. But I did move them over to the shade and wipe them down again to really let that wax and grease remover do its thing. Moment of truth, I'm gonna throw the first coat of this. I never used this stuff before. Seems pretty easy. I'm gonna use 2 to 3 light coats, and then after that dries, I'm gonna throw my first coat of gray primer. All right guys, so I got the 2 coats on there. I'm gonna do a very light 3rd coat. Just mist everything one more time to make sure it's all ready to go. And then after that, I'm gonna throw the primer. All right guys, now it's time to throw the first coat of primer. This is a filler primer and sandable. That way it fills all the scratches that are left over from when I wet sanded the plastics. so I got the first light coat of primer done. Looks like it came out pretty good. Went down really smooth. I'm really satisfied with this Duplicolor, the spray cans, especially the nozzle. It's really easy to paint and you don't get many runs with it. Nowhere near sponsored by Duplicolor, but you never know, it might happen someday. Who knows? I really got to try to grow my YouTube. And if you guys are enjoying the rebuild of the series, make sure you drop a subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. And more rebuilds are yet to come. To throw the second coat of primer, I'm gonna do it a little heavier and make sure I get full coverage. So I just finished up the primer, came out really good. I'm very satisfied with it. No runs, very minimal trash. The grill is almost perfect. I'm very satisfied with that. Now I'm gonna move on to the steel front bumper. And then after that, we should be good to go to throw the first coat of blue paint, which I'm very excited for. I'm just gonna do the exact same process, minus the adhesion promoter because that's for plastics, to the metal steel bumper. So I'm gonna get right on that right now. I got the steel bumper done. I ended up using a Rust-Oleum filler primer that's sandable because I ran out of the Duplicolor. I think this came out really good as well. Very satisfied with it. It's a bit lighter gray than the plastic pieces that I painted with the Duplicolor, as you can see over there. I'm gonna give this primer some time to dry and fully cure, and we should be good to go after that. So I'll catch up with you whenever this primer dries. Well, today's the day, and let me show you why. We're gonna throw our first coat of color today, and just so you guys know, I'm using this Duplicolor Perfect Match original Chrysler colors. It is the intense blue pearl, which is what my truck was painted with from the factory. I did repaint the plastics to match the steel bumper just so all the parts had the exact same color primer, just in case for some reason the blue tinted a little differently over the darker primer that these were originally painted with that I did. I did go through and wet sand everything. I did fill in the little dent that was in the steel bumper, which was right here. You can't even tell that I really did it, but there was a little dent right there. We're ready to throw the first coat of color today. Super excited. If you guys are excited as well, be sure to drop me a thumbs up, and we'll be done with this truck before you even know it. So let's get to work. Guys, I got the first coat of blue thrown down on the plastic lower fascia, and honestly I couldn't be more happier with it. Went down really smooth. Like I said, it was just the first light coat. Throw down another coat on her and then paint all the other parts. So I'm gonna get back to work and we're gonna knock everything out all at once.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so I got all the parts all finished up. I did end up having to run to the store to pick up another can of blue paint because I ran out, as well as 3 cans of clear coat because I did spray all the parts with a clear coat and it enhanced the color a little bit. I'm very happy with how they turned out, and they appear to match the truck fairly well. I'm very satisfied with how the color came out for using spray cans. As far as right now, my next plan is to attach the plastic bumper here to the steel bumper. I'm just gonna put you guys on a time lapse. I'll knock all that out all at once, and then I'm gonna throw all the parts on the truck and we should be good to go. So I'm really excited to see how it's gonna turn out. It's gonna not really transform the look, but it's gonna bring the look back to how my truck used to be before I crashed it. And I'm very excited to see how the end result's gonna look. So I'm gonna get right to work right now. What's up, boys? Now that I got my new bumper all fully attached and ready to go, I can proudly say that I don't need this one anymore because it caused me a lot of bad memories. Opinion?
Dumb.
Dumb?
Yep.
Well guys, I just got both bumpers matched up to the truck and they came out perfectly. Couldn't be more happier with it. The fitment's really good. Everything matched up really good. The color matches perfectly. And I think we're gonna just close up shop here for this video. I decided to postpone the grill install until the next video because I end up having to get a new electric fan because something happened to the old one. Not really sure. But so we'll get the grill installed, the electric fan, and we'll button everything else up after that, as well as the grill inserts for the lower fascia, as well as the new grill that I have. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. So we got a lot of new cool videos coming up. So I'll leave you with the usual. Always accelerate and don't look back. Catch you guys on the next one.